This car again? On the other side of my car.
Welcome to the Junkyard News channel. Welcome back to the Junkyard News. And if I got a somewhat funny and compromising story for you today, and it just so happened it happened in my home state of California, down in San Diego, where in a scandalous twist that has left an entire precinct reeling, a veteran police officer was discovered in a compromising situation with a young woman when they both found themselves locked inside his own patrol car. The shocking scene, which unfolded right around 1:30 in the morning, would turn anybody's head and spark outrage as the precinct grasped with the situation that was now being portrayed in the news. This brazen betrayal of duty and decorum was only compounded by the officer's frantic attempts to free himself from the vehicle which he had inadvertently secured, leaving him and his illicit companion trapped and exposed in the backseat of his own patrol car. Now, of course, Internal Affairs grabbed a hold of this investigation, but before, as we've seen in the past, the investigation was concluded, the officer decided to resign. And we know what happens when an officer resigns before an Internal Affairs investigation is complete. The investigation ends, and it doesn't go on his record. So he can go ahead and move to another department, and when they check on his previous employment, nothing turns up. So let's get into the story. A San Diego police officer has resigned after getting locked in the backseat with a female detainee. That's right, former SDPD Officer Anthony Hair radioed for help to get out of the backseat of his patrol cruiser after the door closed and locked him in. The San Diego Police Department officer again has resigned from his post after he accidentally locked himself in the backseat with a woman for more than an hour while he was transporting her to a women's detention center. In adherence to California law, San Diego Police released its internal investigation into then Officer Anthony Hair and the events that took place on August 15, 2023. The investigation resulted in Hair's resignation the following month. Alright, so let's get into what actually happened. On the night of August 15th, the 2-year police veteran Hair was one of several officers to help with an arrest of 2 people suspected in a car theft. One of the people arrested was an unidentified woman who also had a bench warrant out for her arrest. Now, Officer Hair was asked to take the woman to police headquarters, where he would then transport her to the Women's Detention Center in Santee. Minutes into the transport, Hair and the woman began to speak in a conversation. And their conversation was picked up, although it is kind of hard to hear, by Officer Hair's body camera that was attached to his uniform.
Well, I can't hear you now. Don't say that right now. No, I said don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now. What's going on?
Now the woman in the back seat can be heard asking Hair if he's married, which Officer Hair asks, "Why are you asking me that?" The woman replies, "You're not bad. What's it going to hurt me if I work the system a little? You know what I mean?" That's the way I see stuff. As Hair continued driving towards police headquarters, minutes later, the body camera microphone picked up moans coming from the back seat. "Are you single?" the woman asks. "Yeah, but you're not." The conversation then turns a little illicit. The woman literally claims, "I'm down to do it right now." Officer Hair replies, "Don't say that right now. Don't say that right now, because everything is being recorded right now." For the next several minutes, as Officer Hair continued towards the detention center, little could be heard between the two. The conversation ended. But as he approached the detention center, Hair asked what the woman was doing in the back seat. GPS shows that at that moment, the officer's police cruiser slowed and Hair turned off his body camera. GPS shows that Hair's car quickly slowed to 7 miles per hour before turning down a dark residential street just blocks away from the detention center. At 1:34 a.m., the police cruiser stopped. More than 20 minutes after the cruiser stopped, Hair called a fellow officer asking if he had a master key for patrol cars. In an interview, the unnamed officer described the conversation to Internal Affairs investigators that he had with Officer Hair. "I heard and noticed Officer Hair had a panicky voice. I asked him if he was okay, and he said yes. And then he asked if I had my patrol car key with me. I asked why was he asking and what did he need it for. Officer Hair then asked me if I could go meet him somewhere. I asked him for his location, and he said near Cottonwood. I asked him why he needed me, and he said he would tell me when I got there. He did say he was really embarrassed. After some back and forth, Hair finally said that he was locked in the back seat of his police cruiser with a woman that he was transporting to the detention facility. And at 2:40 a.m., after more than an hour in the back seat with the woman, a supervisor arrived and opened the door and let the officer out.
All right, sir, step out of the vehicle for me. 114 yellow. What code for? Everything just went wrong. Okay, hold on. Let me turn my camera off. She's code 4? She's code 4. Okay. Yeah, let me turn this off real quick.
But throughout the investigation, Officer Hair maintained that he was just checking on the woman and that the car door accidentally shut on him. As for his body camera being turned off, Hair told investigators that he accidentally knocked the camera off as he was getting out of the cruiser. Now, Internal Affairs investigators later interviewed the woman, who said that nothing inappropriate had happened in that back seat of that cruiser.
Yeah, and monkeys might fly out of my butt.
What a coincidence! Because that's today.
Did that monkey just come out your crack, man?
But wanting to be thorough, the department did test Officer Hair's clothes for any DNA, let's say, and found traces of semen on his belt. Once that was discovered, Hair resigned from the department on September 14, 2023, less than a month after the incident. Can you imagine the embarrassment? I'm pretty sure stuff like this happens all the time. But not all cops are stupid enough to get locked in their own patrol car with a woman. That's just funny. Thank you for watching this episode of the Junkyard News. Hey, be careful out there. We may be talking about you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Videos uploaded by the Junkyard News are helped in part by viewers just like you. You can show your support for this channel by clicking the thumbs up, sharing our videos, or hitting that all-important support button on our channel page. Don't want to miss a video or a story? Make sure to check us out and like us on Facebook at The Junkyard News.